been able to secure victory here.
Nacua set to the right. 3rd and 9. Now he comes to the left. Stafford looked that way. Stafford throws. Caught. Kupp to the 48-yard line. So Cooper Kupp started with a couple of catches. Very quiet since then. Big time play here. 27 out to midfield.
Yeah, they get lost here in coverage with that motion. See 2? Watch 2 here. He gets a late break, then he doesn't find the football. That's Stephon Gilmore. So the motion, the stacked receiver, and then losing Cooper Kupp. Gilmore comes over late. By the time he comes over, he just can't locate the football. Good job working back, by the way, by Cooper Kupp, back in the air, back to the football. Instead of waiting for it, he went and got it. And we just said, you trust your quarterback, you trust your receivers, and they probably got a chance to secure a victory with that play call.
And forced Minnesota to use its final timeout. 1 clock stoppage remains at the 2-minute warning. So, Kupp obviously, in all of the chatter about a trade, and some big-time receivers obviously have gone in deals over the last week and a half or so. But again, going back to what we talked about earlier, if you're 2-5, you're probably listening a lot more closely than at 3-4 in a game back with Seattle as your next opponent.
And a reminder, they were 3-6 a year ago and won 7 of their last 8 to finish 10-7 and make the postseason. Yep. And now you're on the verge of going 3-4, winning 2 games. There's Les Snead, winning 2 games in 5 days, and you're healthy, and you're talking about the potential of moving guys. I don't see it.
Well,
let's go win.
If nothing else, the price just went up.
Yeah.
Keep it on the ground. That chews up another 40 seconds or so. 2nd down.
So with a 2-minute warning, a first down obviously ends the game. If the Vikings can come up with a stop, they're probably going to get the ball. Still got a long way to go out of timeouts. About a minute 10 to go in the game. So it's not over yet.
Well, it's over in one sense, but
yeah, I got you.
I know you. Of course you do. Got to get that in. 2nd and 10. Just staying in bounds here. Whoa. Does he stay in bounds? He does. Nacua think, wait a second, I don't want to step out of bounds and give them some extra time, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a heck of a job there by Murphy, holding off Robinson, holding the edge to that defense. Van Ginkel running. Again, Jefferson just looking at that clock, hoping they're going to get one more shot.
So the next play, with under 2 minutes to play, and the Rams will have a 3rd down and 12.
We were talking about strategy. Do you run? Do you throw? We thought they'd give the confidence, show the quarterback Stafford a chance, let him throw it. This time you're out of timeouts, 2-minute warnings behind you. Now it's about, do you run it here and work that clock, or do you go one more time with Stafford?
I run it, but they don't run it. Instead, it's a pretty safe Kupp, just making sure he stays in bounds. And again, really close.
They stopped the clock.
Exactly.
I think that foot must have stepped out of bounds.
And he didn't get a first down. So now they have to punt, and that stops the clock with 1:53.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Nacua almost went out of bounds on the prior play.
Look at the blue cleats. Yeah, he's definitely out of bounds.
They're trying to force him there, and they get him there.
That's huge. 1:53 instead of down to 1:15 or so.
Around that or less. So now you got a punt with Evans. Brandon Powell back at the 10-yard line. Last time he put some good backspin on it. This time he out of bounds. Just shy of the goal line. What a kick. Wow. Spotted at the 3. He does it again. So that's 2 great punts by Evans. The guy we talked about, he's only had 1 touchback all season long.
I mean, you talk about clutch. That is as good as it gets.
They've done a great job, obviously, punting He's the kickoff man. Phenomenal job there. And now all the Vikings have to do without a timeout is go 97 yards and make a 2-point conversion.
What a weapon to be able to pin this offense back. I'm keeping an eye on that left tackle. Quesenberry has really struggled coming in for Darisaw. You know they're going to try to dial up pressure with. Right now it looks like Byron Young will be across from him. They want to move the pocket away from that pressure.
Put it to 5, so it's 95 yards to go. And that pass is underthrown a little bit. Falling down there was Jordan Addison, 2nd down and 10. And a late flag has come in.
Illegal formation, offense. Number 18 was not on the line. That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
Meant nothing. 2nd down and 10.
You know the Rams, Chris Shula, McVay, most important thing, I don't care that they're pinned back at their own 5 with 1:42 to go. Where is 18? Rams are thinking pressuring over that left tackle, and where is 18 lined up? He's moving now from the right over to the left, all the way at the top.
Darnold, look out, safety. Byron Young takes him down to the end zone. Rams seal it. Add 2, and it's 30-20.
Now, I thought the face mask, something happened to Darnold. Maybe he grabbed underneath and got the jersey, but something made Darnold, his head go back with his pressure. Remember we said the left side is where this pressure is going to come from. Fisk takes the tackle. Young works through, and he got a hold of something there. Let's see. Yeah, he got that face mask. He sure did.
Yep.
And they cannot review that. But he definitely got the face mask. Right there. I mean, anytime you see a guy's head get spun backwards, something happened. And he got away with one right there.
And Viking fans are going, what the hell?
I mean, there's a lot of different things you can review.
Yeah. And there's Jones saying, hey, man, you got to call that. Missed it.
Wow. Yeah, the defense basically won the game a week ago. And the special teams and the defense step up here in a big way late. And, of course, Kevin O'Connell was fired up.
Yeah, well, scoring plays are reviewed, but that's not a reviewable situation.
Yep. Here's a really tight look. You see it. Yeah, it's a face mask.
That's just enough of it. Turns him around, puts him down, and in the books he'll get credit for 2 points.
Yeah, that would have been 1st and 10 at the 20 with 1:36 left in the game.
Meanwhile, the Vikings have declared for an onside kick. For what it's worth, has to go 10 yards unless the Rams touch it first, and the Vikings then recover.
Rams are going to call timeout.
Timeout. Los Angeles. Their first of the half. 30-second timeout.
Well, again, the chances of them winning the game would have still been minimal, but
Right.
You
But
know?
it's a first down, and it gets you
No
away
question.
from the shadow of your own goal line. I mean, it gets you all the way out to the 20. And again, when you have Justin Jefferson and these receivers, who knows what happens?
Human error.
Just be, and I get that. That's part of the game.
Oh, yeah.
But
So Sean McVay, whose team was 1-4, now in all likelihood going to 3-4. Have a mini bye, of course. The Thursday night game gives you 10 days.
yeah, some
And
momentum. You're healthy. You get a little rest.
You go to Seattle. Meanwhile, the Vikings have Indianapolis next week. Then they go to Jacksonville. They go to Tennessee and Chicago. They have a 3-game road trip I've seen a tougher schedule, but it's the NFL. Who the hell knows what's going to happen, right?
Exactly. The Rams matter time with Jonah Jackson, Steve Avila once they get their starters back.
So meanwhile, that is Kyren Williams. Who else gets into the saddle and pops off the field, and the Rams will run the clock out. So the Rams will go to 3-4. SoFi Stadium.
Beautiful.
This is as good as it gets, right?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Look, his face says it all. Not only a victory, but to think about where they were before the bye, 1-4, a ton of injuries, a lot of questions. What's wrong with Stafford? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with that? They get Nacua back. They get Kupp back. They win last week. And all of a sudden you're sitting there at 3-4 in a division that's going to be wide open. And
as I said at the outset,
have a shot.
Don't write them off. They
Nope.
get healthy. And who would have guessed that, you knew Kupp was coming back tonight. You didn't know Nacua was coming back. Whole different situation. There's the upcoming schedule at Seattle. Miami comes in here. They go to New England. Philadelphia comes in here. Go to the Bayou, and then Buffalo comes in week 14 looking ahead.
What a different feel when you put those two out there. I mean, not in just Stafford in the passing game, but the running game with Kyren Williams. It's just the offense you expect from Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford. And again, wait till they get their starting center and left guard back. It's only going to get better.
I think McVay loves when we come to town for a Thursday night game. I know a couple of years ago they were in the doldrums. They were having a terrible year following their Super Bowl win. And Baker Mayfield came in. Who can forget that? 48 hours after he arrived in Los Angeles, led him on that gigantic drive at the end of the game. It helped Baker turn his career around too.
Vikings are going to be just fine. They're going to use these two losses, recalibrate. They played well enough to win both of them. They just got to get it going. They will. They'll get T.J. Hawkinson back against Indy. So they'll be in good shape.